guys, welcome to American Beer TV, and we're continuing with our Sierra Nevada 30th anniversary extravaganza. We have all four of the beers out here, and we're going to go through them one by one in the order that they were released and give them a taste.
We're going to get wasted.
Yeah, this is going to be extreme.
Yes.
So,
let's see if we can get through them.
Yeah, let's see how we do. So first of all, we're going to start off with...
I'll start opening this way.
Fritz and Ken, right?
So
it's
Fritz Maytag,
right, from Anchor Steam, who is another one of the pioneers of the craft beer industry, doing stuff about the exact same... Ooh, that popped.
Yeah.
That is nice. They did a stout together. They worked together on creating this stout. It's 9.2% alcohol by volume. Doesn't say very much other than stout on the bottle, per se.
And what's really cool is that Anchor doesn't have an Imperial stout like this on their roster. And I don't think Sierra Nevada's never done an Imperial stout either. I know they have the stout.
Yeah, they have their stout that we talked about.
But then their big beer is the Bigfoot.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't really do an Imperial stout.
They don't have an Imperial stout. They've had some other special release beers that have a little more alcohol.
Look at that head, man. That's just, and that's staying. You know, that's a good 2-finger, and it's just lasting. You know, really pillowy. It's nice. It's got lots of roastedness.
Yeah,
roasty,
toastiness. Not a whole lot of chocolate going on.
No, not a lot of chocolate.
But a lot of roasted malt.
Yeah, not so much on the coffee or the chocolate, but roasted malt.
Yes. Very, very beery.
Yeah.
Not like, you know, some of these beers get really food influence, where they're vanilla and chocolate.
I'm picking up a little molasses in there. Yeah. A little bit of molasses.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
You know,
a little that roasted and that sweetness comes through.
Yeah, but it does have, you know, it's definitely beer. So, man, that foam is just really pretty.
And a little bit of hoppiness comes through. It smells like
barely. Yeah.
It smells like this is going to be a hoppier beer to me.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. Let's taste
Cheers.
It. Cheers. Cheers.
Wow.
Ooh. Oh yeah, the molasses comes through in the palate.
Yeah,
right through the center of that. Yeah, the molasses comes through.
Real thick, and very much like the foam. I mean, it's really silky and luxurious. The mouthfeel on it is really, really nice.
Yeah, a little hoppy aftertaste.
Yeah, at the end.
I picked up that on the nose.
Little bit of the coffee chocolate flavor.
Yeah, no sugar in the chocolate though. It's like cocoa nib chocolate or like really dark chocolate with really low level of sweetness. And no soy sauce.
Yeah, none of that.
None of that. Some of those Imperial stouts get that soy sauce. This has none of it.
This is just really silky and luxurious. Very decadent. I mean, the head tells you what you need to know.
So one thing, you know, going back to history, Fritz Maytag is known for brewing these, like you said, decadent beers. These really exceptional beers, you know, and that were, you know, blew everybody away back in the day. You know, think about, you know, 30 years ago, drinking beers like this.
If you drank this 30 years ago,
this is like something, you know, this is like those guys getting together and going, all right. See, but you know what though? They did brew beers like this.
Yeah.
But they like homebrewed them and like kept them for themselves. It was really hard to release something like this on the market.
Exactly.
So when we get into the black barley wine, there's some videos and we'll include them on our website. There's some video about what's his name?
McCoffey?
Jack McCoffey. They talked about he used to brew a black barley wine for parties, and everyone used to just get trashed. And they used to say like that was cool because this guy would always show up with these black barley wines, and like it just like freak everybody out, and everyone would just start drinking the stuff and just get wrecked.
Oh,
That's
I
like
bet.
showing up to a party and having a kegger, and then you show up with like a barley wine or something, like a keg of Bigfoot.
Serious, dude.
You just wreck fools. You know what I mean? There's always that guy that thinks, hey, this tastes pretty good, and all he drinks is Coors Light.
Yeah.
And you find him like 2 hours later passed down the gutter.
Yeah. Buried in the laundry room or something.
You're like, dude, you're not supposed to drink 10 of them.
Yeah, no, but yeah, all of these beers are pretty much time capsules. They're really unique because they're all. I think every one of them is a collaboration. And every one of them is with some amazing pioneer of the craft brew industry. So what we're going to get into
started
next.
on this is the Bock.
This is the Bock, the Helles Bock.
Yeah,
Is it a Helles Bock? I think it's a Helles.
Yeah, Imperial Helles Bock. So Helles typically means lighter.
Yeah,
color.
it's going to be really really light.
Yeah, we've
Again,
let these.
that pop.
Yeah, we've let these sit out for a little bit. Ooh,
A little
it's
bit.
foaming on this one.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Yeah, Helles Bocks are notorious for that. Every Helles Bock that I've had, some of the homebrew competitions I've judged, they get very carbonated.
Beautiful.
Although Helles Bock is kind of a more abstract style, you don't get too many of them.
Yeah, so this
But
one
they've all been
weighs
very
in
carbonated.
at 8.3. So yeah,
Which
that's
is
that's a big Bock.
Yeah.
So a Bock would be
A
they would
lager.
be using lager yeast.
Yeah, so this is going to be a lager. So this is a Helles Bock, and it's brewed with in conjunction with Charlie Papazian and Fred Eckhart. Now, Charlie Papazian, you probably should know if you don't already recognize the name. He is the godfather of home brewing. He wrote The Complete Joys of Home Brewing.
Right.
He wrote, started the GABF. He is the president of the American Homebrewers Association.
That's the Great American Beer Festival.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
he is very
Charlie's the
influential in
man.
that.
Charlie is the man.
And then Fred Eckhart is a writer.
Yeah, he's like a beer journalist that's written any and everything about beer, and
Celebrator magazine.
He's the man too. Yeah, he's written for a lot of different publications, and he's the guy with the gray goatee, and he's
I thought that was me.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable about beer. So what's really cool is that the Sierra Nevada team, or Ken Grossman, he pulled in like the big guns who've been around beer for a long time. So that's what's so cool about having the 30th anniversary. It's
Right.
almost kind of like the 30th anniversary of craft beer.
Good point.
I mean,
Good point.
I know Fritz started brewing craft beer long before Sierra Nevada was open, but Sierra Nevada really did something special.
They did.
So
They
it's
did.
really cool to have these beers.
And for him to bring in, these collaborators that he brought in.
Right.
All of these beers are collaborations, and all with some greats from the American craft beer scene. So this is a Helles Bock.
Yeah. So jumping into this beer has a big fruity
Oh
nose.
yeah.
Man. And it's
Lots
so
of
being
malt.
a Bock, it would be a lager. So they're
it's
using
a
lager.
lager.
yeast.
Yep, exactly.
And it is a big beer, so it says
8.3.
Imperial Helles Bock.
Yeah.
8.3%. So
Right, you're getting lots of malt on the nose, lots of fruity aromas. You're getting
that
some
floral
malt,
hoppiness.
very much.
Yeah.
Oh man, it smells fantastic. Just a great nose on this.
Can we taste it?
Yes, let's get into it. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Totally different than the nose. I was
Yeah.
expecting it to be kind of hoppy, but it's not. I mean, it's hoppy.
Little bit at the back of the
flavor
throat,
of hops,
at the
but it
back.
doesn't have the hop bitterness.
Little bit at the back, but it's really
Lots of malt, really light yet caramely. Does that make sense?
It's very caramely.
So it's got that caramel sweetness without that roasted caramel.
Yeah, this is a real nice lighter malty beer. Although lighter at 8.3%, not really. I mean, this is a very deceptive beer. It doesn't taste like 8.3%. It doesn't have that lager kind of tang.
No, it doesn't have that kind of sulfuric
Yeah.
flavor that you get from a lager yeast.
Get from some of the
really
more
smooth.
basic-
Yeah.
real smooth, real nice.
Yeah, it does not have any of the heat from the 8.3, so it really doesn't come across as being an 8.3% alcohol.
No. Real nice, very European style beer. And I think that's probably some of the influence from people like Charlie and Fred, which said, hey, you know what, we want to brew something different. You know, almost one of the things about the American craft beer scene is it's like pretty much ale dominated. And I think one of the things that is important to remember that all of the styles that you can find in ale, all the various different things from pale ales to stouts to porters, all of those exist on the lager styles. You have Bock's and Maibocks and, you know, Doppelbocks and Dunkelweissens and, you know, I mean, you can really get into all kinds of different flavor profiles with lagers. And I think everybody thinks of lagers and they just think of Bud Miller Coors.
Right.
And it really shines through in this one, and I think it's a really interesting and very unique beer.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. So we've made it through the first two. First two in the series. We've got a couple more to get through. So I think we're going to take a little bit of a breather and
We'll get back to it.
we'll bring you these ones next time. So as always, remember to drink great American craft beer.
That's right.
Cheers.